Welcome to the Edward Jones Chatting Cage, everybody. Matt Yaloff here, a long-form interview show where we get to talk to a former big leaguer, and today a very special guest, a Hall of Famer. This show is about you, the fan. Tweet us or join us on video call. Bert Blyleven, a Hall of Famer, class of 2011, joins us now from Cooperstown, where they're going to be playing the Hall of Fame Classic. How psyched are you to be back there involved in this game, Bert?
Well, first of all, Matt, thank you for having me here today. But, having the opportunity to especially do this interview on Doubleday Field. And then tomorrow, of course, a big day where all 30 teams will be represented by a former player. And we'll play a little baseball game, a fundraiser for the museum. And we're looking forward to it. A lot of fun. This is my second one. I believe I was here in 2011 and participated in it. And now I'm just a coach. So I'll be coaching along with some other guys, Hall of Famers, and having fun with it.
Yeah, you'll be coaching along with Raleigh Fingers and Tim Raines on Team Raleigh. I want to remind folks, they can watch the game streaming on MLB.com at 1 o'clock on Saturday and the Home Run Derby at noon. So, I said classic.
Yeah, and Matt,
yeah.
Matt, they wanted me to pitch the Home Run Derby, but I told them I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these guys that are playing them tomorrow probably hit some off of it.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Twins right now are hitting a ton of home runs. How about that team? I mean, I'm watching them. I thought they'd be good. I didn't think they would be this good.
I think they've surprised a lot of people, but you know what? When you add a Nelson Cruz, a C.J. Cron, Jonathan Scope, Marwin Gonzalez, a late addition in spring training, 4 guys that have some postseason experience that are veterans. Byron Buxton's been healthy all season long. Jorge Polanco has played great at short. Plus, I think he's still leading the American League in hitting, or real close to. Everybody's contributing. Miguel Sano just came back. They missed Mitch Garver behind the plate, but Jason Castro's done a great job. It's just been a good team to watch right now.
Yeah, let me get back, and they have. And good for them with a first-year manager in Rocco Baldelli, and I'm all in on the Twins in the Central. Let me get back to the Hall of Fame for a second. I said class of 2011, and for the life of me, I still don't know how it took you that long. I don't get it. It's one of those things. It is what it is. But when you go there to Cooperstown, what's the one thing that you can't get enough of?
Well, I think the one thing that, just coming here, it's the greatest honor in the world if you're a baseball player. You want to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I think the reason it took so long is because my last name is Blyleven. Like Chris Berman said, be home by 11. So they put me in 2011. So that was, good timing on the writers.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're there. That's what matters. We have a tweet for you.
Thank you.
A tweet for you right now about your curveball. You possessed a great slow curveball when you played. Why don't many starters have a great slow curve today?
Well, thank you for the tweet. I think the biggest thing is that a lot of times when kids sign out of high school or college and they cannot, and say they have good rotation on a breaking ball, but they can't throw it over consistently. I think in the minor leagues, they want them to get to the next level, so they'll eliminate the curveball and go to the slider. Now, a guy like Kyle Gibson, for the Twins example, he had a good curveball, but he kind of threw a lot of sliders over the curveball. Now he's adding that curveball back, along with even Jake Odorizzi, 2 starters for the Twins. Jose Barrios has a good roundhouse breaking ball, but you have to be able to throw it over for strikes. You have to have the confidence, and I always pictured bases loaded, 3-2 on the hitter, I'm up by a run. Would I be able to throw a curveball in the 9th inning to that batter? And I always felt I could. And I think it's the power of positive thinking to get that breaking ball over when you need to.
Well, you had over 3,700 strikeouts in your career. You're on a very short list in an elite fraternity. And if people don't remember you pitching, I saw you when you played the Yankees, being from New York, and on Game of the Week. Back then, that was the only time we could see you.
Well, Matt, you know, you talked about the curveball, but to me it was always location of my fastball. Anybody that's watching out there, everything keys off the fastball. My best conversation ever when I was 19 years old, I had a chance to sit in a dugout in Anaheim, California, and listen to Don Drysdale talk about pitching. I grew up in Southern California. I was with the Twins. I came up at a very young age, but I had a good fastball, good curveball. But he told me the importance of the fastball. It set up my curveball, and I took what he told me at 19 years old all the way until 41. I was able to pitch at the major league level. But I always remember the conversation, and it was one-sided conversation too, because I was a rookie to be seen and not heard from. So anytime I could sit and listen to Don Drysdale talk about pitching, or even Sandy Koufax when we have the opportunity to rub shoulders here at Cooperstown, I still pick their brain because they were great pitchers.
And very, very bright as well. Another tweet for you. And here we go. When did you first think that your 1987 team had a chance to be special? You won the whole thing that year.
Yeah, we really did. You know, we were very fortunate. We played better baseball in September than we probably did all season long. I think we won only 85 games that year, but we had the momentum going into postseason. Nobody expected us to beat the Tigers that year. We beat them in 5 games. We came home at 11 o'clock at night, went to the Metrodome, and there were 55,000 people there wishing us good luck in the World Series. We didn't know if we were going to play the Giants or I believe the Cardinals. We ended up playing the Cardinals. But it didn't matter because we had the 10th fan on our field. And if people think that they don't matter as far as being a fan, they do, because in 1987, we won the first 2 games in Minnesota, went to St. Louis, lost 3 there, but we knew coming home it wasn't only the 25 guys and the coaching staff and the front office that was out there playing, it was also the fans of Minnesota, and they helped us get to the promised land.
And that dome that you played in back then, I want to get an indication from you, how loud was it? Could you have a conversation with your catcher on the mound and even hear him?
Well, I never had a conversation with my catcher anyway. They were the dumbest guys on the field. But, you know, just put down 1, 2, 3 or wiggle. Okay, let's go.
Right.
No, it was very difficult. They said, I believe at the time, it was the loudest sporting event ever in that Metrodome. That, you know, it was like sitting next to a jet engine if you were there. And I'm wearing hearing aids now, and I blame it on the 1987 Metrodome.
Well, you know what? You'll take it with the World Championship. Hey, I want to know this about your nickname, the Frying Dutchman. Now, you were born in the Netherlands, so there's the Dutch part. But what's the frying, F-R-Y?
Well, I had a tendency to, somebody bought me a lighter once, a big Bic lighter, and, you know, sometimes on the bench you get bored, and of course, the guys wear shoes and they have shoelaces on their baseball shoes, and I would maybe entertain them by lighting up one of my teammates and watch the flames rise. So we had a lot of fun, you know. You have to have good timing at it, and kids do not play with matches at home. This is just a fool that did this, you know, when he thought he was funny. But, you know, we had a lot of fun with it, and that's where the Frying Dutchman came from.
The hot foot, the old hot foot. I remember that.
The old hot foot,
yeah,
yes.
The hot foot. You get under the bench, you tape something flammable to someone's cleat, and you let it go. Hey, circle me Bert.
You know, Matt,
Yeah.
I remember one time I'm underneath the bench, and Rick Sutcliffe was with us. And I got underneath the bench. We had a nice, comfortable lead, and I was going to go get our manager, light him up. You know, he was kind of okay. Pat Corrales was okay with it. And next thing I know, when I'm underneath the bench, I'm starting to smell smoke, and my feet are. And while I'm trying to get the manager, Rick Sutcliffe got both of my shoelaces underneath the bench. Not a very good friend.
No,
at all.
And the two of you together, I can't even imagine. Hey, tell me about Circle Me Bert, because part of the broadcasts on Twins games, the origin of it, we're going to show video. Tell us about it.
Well, way back when, probably 14, 15 years ago, FS North gave me a telestrator, and I'd never worked a telestrator. I knew that John Madden in football did the X's and the O's and where the linemen went and all that stuff, and the running back ran through this hole with the telestrator. And they kept telling me we were in Kansas City, try to use a telestrator. Well, in baseball, you're going to see the flight of the ball. I'm not going to, cover the ball up with me pointing where it's at. Everybody sees it. But there was a fan in the stands in Kansas City who was wearing a Twins uniform, and I circled him. One thing led to another. We went to Detroit after Kansas City. Somebody actually brought a sign, and I circled that, and it just became kind of phenomenal in Minnesota that people would bring signs. Families would come from the 5-state area, North, South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin. They'd check into a hotel room. They'd go out and get poster board, and a family would actually say, we're the Johnsons from Mason City, Iowa. Circle us Bert. And if they were lucky enough, our camera guys would catch them, and I'd circle them on TV, and had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the theme with you is fun. You really did and do enjoy this game, and then you took it international with the WBC. What was that like, being a part of that? Did you embrace that?
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Being born in Holland and then coming over here and really growing up in Southern California. My dad and mom, they grew up in Holland and the Netherlands. And when they asked me to be the pitching coach in 2006, my daughter was getting married. So, okay, what do I do? Do I go to my daughter's wedding, my only daughter, or do I go to the WBC? I did not. But in 2009, 2013, and then a couple years ago, I was part of the Dutch team. And we've done very well in the WBC. I'm the pitching coach, Hensley Mullins the manager, and we just have a lot of fun, and we've done well. We lost to Puerto Rico on a stupid rule in the 10th inning where they start that softball rule, man on first and second, nobody out, all that stuff. I didn't like it. I had 8 pitchers left, and I know Puerto Rico did too. I'm still angry about that. Eddie Rosario, a Twins left fielder, hit the sacrifice fly to beat us, and if maybe we had a chance to beat the USA team, but they were pretty good themselves.
Yeah, well, it's a wonderful event. I've been involved in it as well, and in a different way, obviously, and it's a great event. I'm going to do something right now called the lightning round, and you're in TV, you know what this is about. I'm going to ask a question, and you answer it first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Player you hate.
Wait a minute. I got a small mind. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I'm right there with you, so I'll keep it really simple. The pitcher you hated to pitch against.
Oh boy. Well, of course Nolan Ryan probably, because he's going to probably put some zeros on the board. That's the first one. If I were in today's ball game, there's so many great pitchers out there, but. We went 9 innings way back when. Remember what 9 innings felt like for a pitcher? But probably Nolan, because it was going to be a tough game. He's such a great competitor.
Yeah, oh, indeed. All right, your superstitions. Did you have any when you played?
I did. I used to kick the chalk line going out and then kick the chalk line coming back on fields that had the normal chalk on it, regular grass field. I wanted 18 kicks. I wanted, of course, 9 going out, 9 coming back. That was my goal.
If
that's a superstition, that was the only one I had.
I like that. I like that one a lot. I'd never heard that before. Favorite ballpark to pitch in when you played?
Oh boy, 2 ballparks I really in parks. One Yosemite and the other one Yellowstone. They didn't have fences.
No, and any home run was past the left fielder, and he had to run after the ball. I get it. That's a good.
Wow.
I'm not going to even press you on that. That's the best answer we've ever had. Favorite ballpark food item? What would that be?
Boy, during a ball game as a player, you really don't get an opportunity to get a lot of food down on the bench. I think every ballpark in today's game, they have great areas to get whatever you want to eat. So I know Target Field keeps adding all these different venues for fans to come and try different food. So I'd have to say Target Field right now.
Is there a specific dish?
A Pacific what?
Dish, a food, like what food?
Oh, a dish?
Yeah.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Okay.
I still like spaghetti and meatballs.
Well, who doesn't? You know what I mean? Favorite Dutch food?
Ole Bolis, a yearly tradition, famous Dutch food. It's kind of like a donut. My dad would have he'd be like bread where you rise it one day and then put fruit and raisins in it, and then they'd be little round things like this. They'd deep fry it and put powdered sugar on it. Oh, so good.
Yeah,
so
I'm actually thinking I'm going to try to find some when we're done. Final question for you.
Good luck finding an Ole Boli.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to, in New Jersey, I don't know if I'm going to find it. Favorite vacation spot?
Any cruise that we go on. My wife and I enjoy cruising, so we've been on 2 cruises already this year. As I'm getting older, a lot of those people on those cruises fit right into my age, so perfect. Cruising.
And there's no lack of food. Bert Blyleven,
no.
2011 Hall of Famer in Cooperstown for the Hall of Fame Classic. Thank you so much, Bert. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Matt. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you so much. So that's going to do it for this edition of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I'm Matt Yaloff. Go to MLB.com, go to video, roll the little thing down, the cursor, and click on Chatting Cage. I'll see you next time. Take care.